Whatever she told me that day changed everything for me, and I'm sure that it will change yours as well. So if you want to learn English very well, despite your challenges and despite whatever situation you're in, and you're not in a, for example, in a country where a lot of people speak English, and if you want to learn English very well, this video is for you. Keep watching. Hello, this is Ahmed Rahimi. I am from Afghanistan. In this video, I will be discussing how I learned English so well in Afghanistan, even though there are not a lot of people speaking English, and this is not an official language and it is not spoken widely, but I am able to speak very well. How it happened for me, I will talk about the whole process, and you can implement those steps, and it will do the same for you. So keep watching. I started learning English when I was in grade 7. At that time, I was 15, and now I am 21, which is about 6 years. And which leads me to the first point. Learning a language takes process. You should not hurry when you're learning a language, and you should let it happen by itself. You should not hurry. You should wait and put enough effort, and gradually it will happen by itself. This is the same happen for children. Like, they never push to learn the language very fast. They let it go and it happens by itself. That's what you need to do. You don't have to hurry. You don't have to push really hard. It will happen by itself. So I started learning English at that time. And then first of all, the teacher I had here would just teach us grammar, nothing else. And he kind of made us believe that the most important thing in part of learning a language is grammar. And I got really good at grammar because he taught tenses like in 8 months. That was everything I knew. Like, he taught us for 8 months, and he taught us the basic grammar very well. Actually, he was a really good teacher in parts of teaching grammar. And then I got really better at grammar, but we never heard him speaking English. And I didn't even know how it would be if someone is speaking English. At that time, I don't have a phone. Like, we are not living in a very luxurious life. It was like many years ago. And at that time, I don't even have like a Galaxy phone to watch videos in English. We had nothing. And I don't even have a Galaxy phone to search for words in grammar. And I would call him and ask the meaning of a word, because I had a really like those small Nokia phones. And I would call him, what is the meaning of this word? 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 But we didn't have the chance to speak. We were just memorizing grammar, putting in structures, changing sentences, and to different forms like positive to negative, negative to question, negative question forms, so on. So after that, I think it was after the COVID-19, I left Afghanistan and I went to Iran. And there for 1 year, I didn't join any English classes. And then I was just working there. But after a year, I decided to start learning English again. And that was the time when I entered the class. And like, first of all, it was like 1 year I was distant from English, and I didn't know very well, and I forgot almost everything I learned before, but not everything, like most of it. And then I started a class there. For the first 2 weeks, my teacher was telling me that please change the class because it's really hard for you and you cannot continue. And I said, okay, wait for me, I will adjust myself and I will be doing it very well. And after 1 or 2 weeks, then it was the first time I was actually listening to something in English, because she would give us some kind of audios, and we were supposed to listen to them and write them down. Most of them, they would be conversations, basic conversations, because our English was like level A2, or maybe like the A2 level. She would give us some simple conversations, and we were supposed to listen to that. And tomorrow, on the next day, for example, I would be the student A, and I would read my sentence, that whatever that person said in the audio, and another student was supposed to say the second sentence. And it was the first time I was listening, and which leads me to the second point. So the first point was, don't hurry, let the process, it will happen by itself. You just need to stick to it. And the second point is that you should start listening. Doesn't really matter. Your level does not matter. You should start listening. And when you start listening, amazing things will happen. First of all, it will be really difficult because listening is hard, actually, if you don't understand. I mean, it needs the patience of a saint when you're listening, and you don't understand what's going on. And then you listen again, you listen again, you listen again. Eventually, you will get better. So that was the time I started listening. And after that, a lot of big things happened, actually, in parts of pronunciation. Before, I don't know how was my pronunciation, because I was not speaking English. I was just learning grammar, vocabulary, anything. I never started speaking. And after that, when I was studying there for 6 months, after that, I I was supposed to travel from that place, which was Ahvaz, which is one of Iran's states. I was supposed to go to Tehran at that time. I was supposed to meet a friend. Actually, first of all, I was supposed to leave my class for good and never return back. I wanted to work there. Then when I went there, it did not happen. I didn't like. But just before the departure day, like 2 or 3 days before, she said something that changed everything for me, and it will change yours as well. She said that you, in parts of speaking, you should start saying whatever you're doing. For example, I'm recording a video right now. I can say, like, I am recording a video. Or if you're taking a shower, I am taking shower. I am eating. I am writing. I'm doing these. I'm doing that. I'm calling my friend. Like whatever. I'm arguing with my wife. Don't say that one actually. You can say that one as well. No problem. Anyway, so you should start saying and you should start repeating whatever you are doing. After that, you should start saying whatever others are saying and whatever others are doing. You should change them in English. Got it? For example, that was my practice for 10 days when I left the class and returned back after 10 days. In that 10 days, I was trying to say whatever others say in their own language. For example, someone would say, hey, can you bring that for me? And I would change it in English for myself. How can I say it in English? Hey, can you bring that for me? I would kind of spend time, I would think about it, how to change that in English. And I was always saying whatever I was doing. And it made a big difference, and it was a great help, and it can change yours as well, and it can make a big difference if you practice this as well. So that was the second point, and the last point is that you should start listening for pleasure, watching videos for pleasure, reading for pleasure. Do not force the language to enter. Let the language enter by itself, and it will gradually happen, and you just need to enjoy the process. This is another point in parts of learning a language. If you do not enjoy whatever you're learning, you will not be able to pick up that language very well, and everything will not happen naturally. Like if you enjoy, it will happen naturally. If you do not enjoy, it will happen by force, and whatever happens by forcing yourself to learn a language or forcing yourself to do anything, it's not going to happen. It's not going to bring a big difference. For example, when I was learning a language, I remember the first movie I watched 10 times without understanding it completely. 10 times. That is a whole of a lot, I think. Like when I was learning, when I was in Iran, the teacher told me that I should start watching videos, even I don't understand them. So I started watching the Remedying Love. There's a video by the name of Remedying Love, if I don't mispronounce actually. And when I watched that the first 3 or 4 times, I couldn't understand anything actually. And then I watched it in Persian, which is my language. And then I was quite good. I understood everything. So in Persian, that was my language. And then I started again in English and kind of made a little bit of sense. And I repeated like 10 times. I watched it, I rewatched it, and then I watched it with subtitle. And the last time I watched it, there was no part in that video that I couldn't understand. Just even though my level of English was very low, it was like B1 level of English or A2 level of English. But I understood everything in that video. And since then, I never watched a video in Persian or any other language. I just watch videos. I make American videos. I don't watch any other videos. Even if I watch other videos, I find the videos that they are translated and duplicated in English. So that's what you can do. Start watching for pleasure, start reading for pleasure, and start listening just for pleasure, not for improving your English. Yeah, that is the real point. You're doing this because you want to improve your English, but you should enjoy it. And when you enjoy it, it will happen. So to conclude, we talked about 3 important things that you can do when you're learning a language. First, do not hurry. Let it happen by itself. It will definitely happen. Don't worry about that. It just takes a lot of time. Do not hurry. I remember at the beginning I said that you will learn. I will give you some tips that you can learn English very well. I didn't say very fast because it's not going to happen. And learning a language takes a process. I mean, you can reach like A2 to B1 level of a language. Doesn't really matter if it's English or any other language. You can get to that point like within a year. But if you want to naturally learn a language, it takes a lot of time. And the second point was that you should start listening. Doesn't really matter what is your level of English. Start listening and try to listen to something which is understandable for you. I made another video about a comprehensible input. You can check that as well. That when you are entering information in, it should be understandable for you, which is called the comprehensible input theory. And if it is not understandable for you, the chances are that you will not pick up the language very naturally. But if the message is understandable and you listen to something according to your level, it will get better over time. So, and the last point was that do anything do everything for pleasure. Do whatever you do for pleasure and start saying what you do in English. Start saying what others are doing in English and what others are saying in English. At the end, thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please click on the like because it will help the YouTube algorithm to show my videos to more people. And also, if you want to learn English very well, and actually, please subscribe me. I will tell you everything about English, how I learned, and you will know the whole secret. And also, I will post videos related to my life and the simple life we have in Afghanistan, and you will enjoy a lot. So, subscribe, subscribe, and subscribe. See you on my next videos. Till now, till that time, bye bye.